Okay, but let's go ahead and get up into this. Okay, in the heart of your reading, you have the Six of Cups. That is nostalgia, the thinking about the past. There could also be a situation in where this is a soulmate. I'm saying this because when you look back in the past here, this is like a situation in where these people are like they're meant to be together. And I'm not saying they're meant to be together in a way that's romantic, when it could very well be. But soulmates are here in our lives to help us toward our highest selves, to help us to the greatest part of ourselves. This is helps us ascend. Now, this can be a love partner, this could be a friend, this could be a arch nemesis, okay? But there's some nostalgia here. So there's some thinking about the past. Good memories too, not bad memories. Not like the Three of Swords, where it's kind of old issues, past issues. This here is a pretty good past, you know? But all in all, regardless of what it is, regardless of what kind of past it is, it's still all about the past. So this is a past card. Okay, there could be something happening in the past here. Some sort of relationship as well. That's what I'm thinking. Because when I look at the past, y'all have the Four of Wands, but we'll get to that in a second. What's crossing the Six of Cups is the Ten of Wands. So this is telling me that this thinking of the past, or this nostalgia, there's someone coming back from the past even. It's a burden. It's a burden, y'all. For y'all. Now, I'm not saying it's a burden for me, because hey, if you want to think about the past, go ahead. It's sometimes looking at the past to get some reference, or think about the lessons you learn. All okay on me. I absolutely applaud thinking. But when I see this in front of the Six of Cups, I think there could be some sort of situation, maybe even a soulmate connection, or a connection with somebody that you know from the past, having some sort of weight on you. But here's the thing about the Ten of Wands here, with regards to being a burden, overwhelmed with tasks and responsibility, this is like an overwhelming energy. This past being so overwhelming and stuff, it becomes a burden, right? But the thing about him is that he's willingly carrying the burden. So this burden here is something that you are willing to carry here, whether you want to realize it or not. This is the man that's like, fuck the wheelbarrow, I got my shit, and it shows pride. You guys are lions, okay? What are lions all about? They're prides, okay? You guys have a lot of pride right now. You have a lot of pride for your Six of Cups, from your past, but it's also kind of a burden on you guys. You guys can put down the wands whenever you want to. The thing about the tarot is that you always have free will. If you don't like something, if you don't want to do something, or if you want to go after something, you want something like really bad, you know in yourself that you can go get whatever you want. So when this comes up, it's like, okay, yeah, it's a burden on y'all. But if you don't want to carry it, you can always put it down. Okay? Now, since the Six of Cups is all about the past, I immediately look at the past to figure out what the heart of the reading problem is. And that is this Four of Wands. So some of y'all could have gotten married, y'all could have moved in together, y'all could have moved to a sort of stable relationship, say some sort of higher commitment in a relationship. This is a very good kind of card here because it's so nice and sweet. It's romantic even, actually. It's a celebratory kind of card because it's a good thing that you moved up. Where the Swords is more of like real, like having that place of stability where it's relaxed. And Pentacles where it's kind of like you feel stuck, where you're not really ready to move, or the Cups where you feel stuck. This is like, well done, you moved up, you moved into a higher level of commitment. Awesome. So this is have something to do with some sort of commitment here. This is having to do with a relationship. That's what I'm getting here. And it's become a burden because I think this is dealing with a soulmate, someone that is trying to guide you to the best of your ability, the best of who you can be. And this person could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So you have the King of Cups here. That's basically telling me that this person is mastery of their emotions, mastery of how they control with what they feel and how they look when they feel. This is all about being in touch with that intuitive side, if that makes sense. You know, they're very intuitive people because they are so connected to their emotions. So this could be something that you're dealing with right now, or you guys are in love or dealing with a lover, someone that you're in love with, someone that's your boo. Okay, now this doesn't have to necessarily be an actual like a male or anything. This could be a male or female, not sex. You know, like if you guys watch 1,000 other videos, you know, they like, the readers are like, okay, yeah, this doesn't mean that this is like male or female. And I know you guys are probably tired of that, but some people just don't know. So don't be mad at me. Don't be mad, y'all. But yeah, this could be somebody that you're in love with. This could be you in the fields, like you feeling in love, or you feeling like you've mastered how you feel, or this could be like, again, someone that you're dealing with right now. So I gotta see this is somebody that you're dealing with. I always used to kind of like attribute queens to the viewer and the kings to the external energy, but it's either or. I don't really like to be specific since these are general readings, and I can't be too specific. But with the reading being booked, I can get real in depth and specific. But in the future, though, you have the Ace of Cups. That's telling me that there's some new love in the future. That's amazing. I'm so happy for y'all. Love is good. Love is good. Y'all gonna prevail in love. Love is wonderful. Y'all are romantic. Oh, you guys know how to dress. You guys are amazing. You guys are flamboyant. And you guys have the Ace of Cups. This could also mean that there's emotional growth from the nostalgia here that's keeping you guys like this has this burden on you, because that's also crossed by the Ten of Cups. So that's your burden right now, this commitment. But you do guys have some hope in the future, and I think that's great. And we're hoping that this is a new beginning here, a new beginning in your future in regards to love. Okay. Now, in your crowning energy, y'all have the Nine of Cups. That's telling me that this is about wish fulfillment and fulfillment in general. This is the manifestation, right? The manifestation card is one of the manifestation cards, because you know what you want and you're ready to manifest it. Your heart is in the right place, and I think this is translating to the King of Cups. Your heart is in the right place. You know what you want. You're very certain about it, and you're ready to go after it. You're ready to manifest it. And this is a fulfillment in itself, saying like, this is a time where you can absolutely enjoy how you are and how you feel right now. Be led by the confidence that you know that you know exactly what you want and ready to go after it. And I think that's great. Go ahead and manifest, guys, because it's saying that you can do this. You can manifest anything you want right now because you know what you want. It takes a lot of time to figure out what you want, trust me. Now, in your feelings, you have the Six of Swords. So you're feeling like you're going through a transition at this time, possibly a mournful one, leaving one part of your life behind to begin anew. Especially with the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, you feel like you're transitioning to definitely a different direction. You're leaving behind the past to get to something get to something new. Get to something new. I hear that, guys. Okay. And the wonderful thing about this, one of the upsetting things is like, it's probably a bit boring as well, but it's also mostly a mournful kind of feeling card. So you guys could be feeling a little sad. I completely understand. I completely understand. Okay, especially with Nine of Pentacles here. Nine of Pentacles. This is maybe not being alone, like single and eligible, but it could also mean that you kind of, that you're alone, kind of by yourself. And I think that's what's keeping it a burden, right? That's making it so hard and why it's so boring too. I get it, because think about it. Because I'm in a long distance relationship myself. One of the things that I find sometimes is that I feel alone. Like, there's nobody here. Nobody tangibly next to me. Like, with the Nine of Pentacles, she's surrounded by all of these things that are tangible. But she doesn't seem to be reacting to it. Like, as if she's, she's leaning over it, but she's not nothing's touching her. You know, it's all about the touch. It's about like Pentacles, all about touch and feeling and things like that. The senses of, you know, touch. So, of course, you're thinking about your boo, and that's a burden. Like, hell yeah, that you miss him or you miss her. They're like, they might not be here right now. The King of Cups is in your present, which is very interesting. I mean, he could be here. This could be a union. This could be him, but you're beginning a new beginning here. Maybe you're manifesting a new beginning with the King of Cups, and that's what you're feeling. It's so crazy because the Six of Swords is like the distance card as well. So I'm realizing as well, it's sad energy. It's not very enthusiastic about the transition that's being gone through, but there's a distance as well. I feel like maybe there's a distance with with the King of Cups here. But your outside factors is the Fool. Now the Fool, he is the new beginning. Okay, he's the beginning of all the beginnings. With the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, they have nothing on the Fool, because he is all about taking the risk of going on intuition and using his thoughts and his truth to guide him through his reason, you know, his passion and his thoughts, his insight, his knowledge to get him through to through his journey. Okay, and I think that this whole thing is something new, something definitely that is like starting new. And I can tell you why, especially after I finish up the rest of the cards here. But this is talking about a new beginning, especially with the the Ace of Cups in your future, the Fool. Hell yeah, it's a new beginning. Hell yeah. Let's go. Okay? Party over here. Your hopes and fears, though, you do have Temperance. So this is talking about balancing and keeping moderation of all things as divine timing takes its course. So things that are out of your control right now in regards to possibly even the King of Cups. So I feel like when divine timing comes up, not only is it saying that they're doing the work that they need to do, the divine, but it's also saying that there's also actions that you really can't have much control over, and that's annoying and that's frustrating. There's a lot of patience here with the Temperance card as well, because they take their time. Temperance is all about taking their time when it comes to getting shit right. And unfortunately, it can take a little bit. Sometimes it can be pretty snippy, pretty fast, but I don't see any fast cards. I don't see anything moving in this particular place, so it could be just like normal or whatever. But I feel like for this, it's like, yeah, you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait for that. You want it to be here and now. You want this new beginning. I feel like you want this new beginning. You want this transition to kind of just wrap the shit up. You want the distance. You want something to do with the distance to kind of be closed. Because if I look at it, there's a lot of individual cards after the Four of Wands. Like, you guys were together, you guys were with each other, and then the King of Cups there is by himself. And it's a new beginning in the future as well. So this is about a new process. So perhaps maybe you're hoping for something great to come after, this, as a new beginning moves on. But you hope to keep the balance as well, to keep everything that you need to have balanced while this transitioning is happening, while this new beginning is starting. I think that's what's up. And this is pretty much all about you guys. Pretty much, this is all about figuring out what's up within yourself, the answers within yourself, because you guys have the Hermit as your underlying energy. Okay, that's all about looking. This is a very spiritual card. This is looking within yourself. Trying, kind of stepping back from the world and looking within yourself. As well. But this, again, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit here, that's straight up telling me that this has something to do with being alone and by yourself, because the Hermit doesn't need anybody else. He's just like the Nine of Pentacles, very independent. But there is the sense of like feeling that loneliness, and that's understandable. Like, yeah, shit gets boring, but you're also pretty alone. And not everybody can just handle being by themselves all the time, and that's okay. But the thing is, you have the strength and you have the power within yourself to find what you need. You aren't incapable of keeping yourself entertained. You're not incapable of making sure yourself is good. You are independent. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is telling me. That's what the Hermit's telling me. You have this independence here. And if you're honest with yourself, you know that although there might be a separation right now, that you know, you got yourself. So separation is your Romance Angels card. This makes sense with the Six of Pentacles. This speaks of distance, past kind of being a burden, in the past being a reunion, or two people, like obviously in this card, this is two people together moving up to a higher level of commitment. So this is telling me, yeah, this isn't really about like being separate from your boo for a while. I don't know if this is probably for work or this is something that's like somewhat permanent, but this is temporary. This is what I feel like with this. The separation card has this feeling of being temporary. I can't guarantee that it's not temporary. I can't guarantee that it is, but what I can say that it has the energy and the potential to be just temporary. It's not gonna last forever. Okay. Because this speaks about a time apart. It's not saying forever. Okay. In your Wisdom Oracle card, you guys have Truth Be Told. So that is basically accepting how things are and speaking your truth. Letting your honesty kind of just flow through you. And that's why I said it's probably you have to try to be rooted up and try to be honest with yourself about how you're feeling. Yeah, you may be mastering your feelings right now. You know you're in love. Of course. Okay, you're in love. But you don't want to like, you still have those feelings. You still have that ocean of emotion. And it's okay to be honest with yourself. And the only person that needs to be honest right now is you for you. Does that make sense?